Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Nectar of Devotion. We have been reading from the preface. We continue reading um, that we were reading yesterday that the law of karma exists, whether we believe in it or no. It exists just like the law of gravity, whether we may believe in it or no. The law exists, and this law is made by God. That is His supreme will. It is His supreme will. Okay, this Deva is explained in the Bhagavad Gita as the prime cause of everything, and in Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated that a man takes his next body by Deva Netrena, which means by the supervision of the authority of the Supreme. So Bhagavatam says that how do we get different bodies? We are sometimes in the body of an animal or a human being or a demigod or a tree or bird. How does it happen? It happens under the supervision, of Krishna and based on our karma. So how we have acted and under Krishna's authority. In an ordinary sense, Deva is explained as destiny. Many we keep saying, "Oh, my destiny," or his destiny, or her destiny. What does this destiny mean? It's based on how we have acted. What are we doing? That's how we are creating our future body. And it's all happening under the supervision of Krishna. This law is made by Krishna that how we are going to act in this life, we are going to get a body according to that in our next life. Deva supervision gives us a body selected from 8,400,000 forms. The choice does not depend on our selection, but is awarded to us according to our destiny. So it's not that we have to fill up a form. Okay, which kind of body you want, which community, which planet, which species, which universe. No, nobody asks us. We are just pushed inside a particular body based on our desire, based on our karma, under the supervision of the Lord. If our body at present is engaged in the activities of Krishna consciousness, then it is guaranteed that we will at least have a human body in our next life. If we engage in Krishna consciousness, in this life, we continue hearing and chanting, remembering Krishna. If we continue to remain Krishna conscious, then at least we have a chance. If not going back to Godhead, at least we can get a human birth in the next life. Not that we get degraded into animal life. Because once we get into the animal life, then again, 8,400,000 species. It's a very, very long time, again, before we can get another human life. And it's only in the human life that we can make a permanent solution, that we can actually uh, stop this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease by understanding I'm not the body, I'm spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So a human being is engaged in Krishna consciousness. A human being engaged in Krishna consciousness, even if unable to complete the course of Bhakti Yoga, takes birth in the higher divisions of human society so that he can automatically further his advancement in Krishna consciousness. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that a little endeavor on this path is never lost. And he also says that because Arjuna asks him, what happens, if someone takes up bhakti but is not able to finish it? Krishna says in the next life, they are born in families where they can continue with their devotional service. So it's not lost. It's not like any material endeavor which is completely lost. We get a material education in this life. In the next life, we have completely forgotten it. Again, we have to start studying from ABC. It doesn't mean that we don't study in this life. No, we don't have to take it that way. The point to understand is that we should also engage in spiritual activities, because those spiritual activities are what we are going to take with us. The result of those activities are the ones that we will take with us to the next life, and they will help us to continue in our Krishna consciousness in the next life. Therefore, all bona fide activities in Krishna consciousness are Amrita, or permanent. This is the subject matter of the Nectar of Devotion. So, Krishna conscious activities are all eternal, they are permanent, their, their effect is never lost, always with us. If we have walked 2 steps in Krishna consciousness, those 2 steps will always be there. That means we have shortened our journey. We have walked 2 steps on our way back home. And then we start from that point in the next life. This eternal engagement in Bhakti Ras can be understood by a serious student upon studying the nectar of devotion. Adoption of Bhakti Ras or Krishna consciousness will immediately bring one to an auspicious life free from anxieties, and will bless one with transcendental existence, thus minimizing the value of liberation. So, what is the result of studying Nectar of Devotion and applying Krishna consciousness? Adoption of Bhakti Rasa Krishna consciousness. So, when we apply Krishna consciousness in our life, what will happen? What's the result? Our life becomes auspicious. Our life becomes auspicious, and all the anxieties that haunt us, we get free from them, and we get eternal, transcendental existence. Transcendental existence. We are not looking only at impersonal liberation. We are not only looking to understand that I am a spirit soul. No, we are looking to understand, yes, I'm a spirit soul. What are my activities as a spirit soul? Activity does not mean material. When we think activity is material, we are thinking that the soul is material. No, activity is with the spiritual. A dead body is not active. A dead body is never active. So activity is with the soul, not with the body. Bhakti Ras itself is sufficient to produce a feeling of liberation, because it attracts the attention of the Supreme Lord Krishna. It doesn't mean that the pure devotee is not liberated. Pure devotional service begins from the liberated platform. A pure devotee is already liberated. He's already understood, I'm not the body. He's given up his false ego. The pure devotee has given up his false ego that I'm the body, and he's understood, I am a part and parcel of God, and my duty is to serve God. So this is and he's engaged in this loving relationship with God. Generally, neophyte devotees are anxious to see Krishna or God, but God cannot be seen or known by our present materially blunt senses. The process of devotional service, as it is recommended in the Nectar of Devotion, will gradually elevate one from the material condition of life to the spiritual status, wherein the devotee becomes purified of all designations. So we want to see God, we want to see God, I want to see God. But are we qualified to see God? So how can we get qualified? What shall we do? We engage in pure devotional service, which we are going to hear about in this book called Nectar of Devotion. And when we apply this knowledge of Nectar of Devotion, what happens? That our consciousness will be raised from material to spiritual. We will give up our material consciousness. We will revive our spiritual consciousness. We simply have to revive our original consciousness, Krishna consciousness. And there, at that point, we give up all designations. Designations are all with the body. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a Indian, I'm a Taiwanese, I'm born in India or Taiwan, I am whatever. All these designations are with the body, not with the soul. But when we engage in pure devotional service, we can give up all these designations. Sarvopadhi, Vinirmuktan. All these upadhis we will be able to give up. The senses can then become uncontaminated, being constantly in touch with Bhakti Ras. When the purified senses are employed in the service of the Lord, one becomes situated in Bhakti Ras life, and any action performed for the satisfaction of Krishna in this transcendental Bhakti Ras stage of life can be relished perpetually. So what happens is when we are engaging our senses in, so what do we have to do? We continuously we hear and chant, regularly hearing and chanting. In this way, our senses will get purified. When our senses are pure, we will be able to experience Krishna. We will be able to experience when we are hearing and chanting for the satisfaction of Krishna, when we are doing any activity for the satisfaction of Krishna, we can actually relish. Our heart, we can feel the bliss, we can experience the bliss. When one is thus engaged in devotional service, all varieties of rasas or mellows turn into eternity. In the beginning, one is trained according to the principles of regulation under the guidance of the Acharya or spiritual master, and gradually, when one is elevated, devotional service becomes automatic and is characterized by spontaneous eagerness to serve Krishna. So, in the beginning, when we begin, then we take it that, oh, I have to do it, I must do it. My spiritual master has told me to do it, so I have to do it. I have to follow the rules and regulations. I have to do my hearing and chanting and my worshipping. I have to. We continue doing it, and gradually, what's going to happen? We will do it spontaneously. It will become an eagerness that not that I want, I have to, it will change to I want to. I want to serve Krishna. There are 12 kinds of rasas, as will be explained in this book, and by renovating our relationship with Krishna and 5 primary rasas, we can live eternally in full knowledge and bliss. So there are 12 rasas, 12 relationships that we can have with Krishna that are explained in this book, out of which 5 are primary. Primary rasa as our eternal relationship with Krishna, as a friend, as a servant, in neutrality, Shantaras, or as a parent or as a lover. Each and every soul has either of these 5 relationships with Krishna. We have simply forgotten it and we have to revive it. This is our eternal relationship, our eternal position. And if we can revive it, we can live eternally with Krishna in this spiritual world. We are thinking that our material relationships are the true relationships. Or some of us may think any relationship means bad, means material, means false. No, but if there is relationships in the material world, then where is the real relationship? Where is the true relationship? The true relationship is in the spiritual world, our relationship with Krishna. Why does a reflection exist? We understand reflection is false, but why does it exist? Because the reality exists. So we should try to understand the reality instead of just saying, oh, the reflection is false, reflection is false. Oh, all right, yes, reflection is false, that's right. But it's only partial understanding of the complete matter. The total understanding is, yes, the reflection is temporary, reflection is false, but what is the real? What's the reality then? So the real relationships are in the spiritual world. Our eternal relationships are in the spiritual world. We simply have to revive our relationship with Krishna. Any questions or comments? We'll stop here for today.
No, all okay.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening in and
Hare
joining
Krishna.
in. Srila Prabhupada
Yeah,
ki jai, Gaur
just
Bhakta ki.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Jai. Hare
Hare
Krishna. Yeah,
Krishna.
so
Yes.
beautifully explained. The
I have one
point.
question.
Yes.
Yeah,
Both
like
of you will.
rasas is relationship, or is like we think, we see, we can feel, or we can speak Krishna name. Like five rasa is like our
Both.
feeling, or is relationship?
Both. Both.
Both.
So our
Okay.
relationship with Krishna is
Hmm.
based on this love,
Okay.
on our love, and what kind of this emotion that we have towards Krishna. Is this emotion in the capacity as a friend? Is this emotion as a in the capacity, this feeling as a friend, or this feeling as a parent or as a lover?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you can behave like a mother, or you can behave like a friend, or you can behave like a lover. Like it's your
Yes,
depends on your bhakti, right?
that's right. So each of us has this, we each have this ras with Krishna. We simply have to revive it. We don't know what it is. We should not try to imitate it. Not try, oh, yes, yes, I am in this ras with Krishna. No. Right now, we are all in a material contamination. We won't be able to understand. We simply have to understand I'm servant of Krishna, because no matter what ras we are in, the
Hmm.
the foundation is always service.
Hmm.
Why? Because it's based on love, and service is uh, when we love someone, we always serve them.
Hmm.
So we first have to understand that I'm a servant of Krishna.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Understood. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So
Now
beautifully
we
explained.
have to, yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Can't hear you. Did you want to, you had any comments to make, or that's all right?
Sorry, did you say
I'm
anything?
sorry, I was not sure. I was not sure if you had any comments to share or something.
Yeah, actually, I was saying that this is so nicely explained in a systematic way, that saying that what is the shruti fal of reading it, what is the importance of reading, and then like as a neophyte, how you can connect, you can just follow what your guru asks you to do, Vriddhi Vidhan, and then slowly you will come up to the stage of ras. So
Yeah.
nicely, and so like in a simple words, or maybe because um you are explaining so it looks simple, maybe, I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
Prabhupada puts it very simply, systematically. Prabhupada is really using a language in which we can understand.
yeah.
That's why he's an
Yes,
expert.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's expert. He's putting it in a way that we can easily understand it.
Mm. But very nicely explained, yeah.
Yeah. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Aur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Very good.